what's in the box when you purchase a sectional door or a panel lift door lintel kit that's just for the top seal? Well, you'll get aluminium carriers. These are just short samples, but they will be 1.5 meters in length, and you will get 4 of those. So that'll give you a total width of 6 meters if you need it for a double garage, which is more than you would need. So you would generally have sort of between a half meter and a meter left of material. So you would need some of that material to join. So I've got here, I just measured out a about 20 centimeter length, which you can cut off. So take one of your extra lengths, slide them out, and then just cut that off, and then you can use that length as a joiner. So you would just use about 10 centimeters of it. So just slide it in there, and you can take the next carrier, slide that up, and just slide those then together, and that will create a seamless brush edge for you for sealing of your garage. Now you'll notice just in the background here I have got a longer bristled carrier. Now this is really an option. This is applied standard with the roller doors because roller doors are specifically deep and just the way that they're configured. But if you have, and this is where you need to measure before you order from us, just measure the top gap if you're ordering a lintel kit with a sectional door. And if you have particularly wide or large gap, rather request the 50 mil as opposed to the 25 mil. You don't unnecessarily want to do this, because if your gap is narrow and you order very long bristles, it can create a bit of resistance to your door moving up and down. So don't order the longer one unless you need it, but do measure both at the ends of your garage and in the middle in case your door's warped, because they can be quite common in some of the new developments. So that's the 50 mil as an option, but generally you'd be looking at the 25, and then you mount it. You'd mount it underneath your lintel or whatever. I'll just show you what else is in the pack. Well, formally, when you opened up the tube, you would receive your lengths of brush, either the 50 mil or the 25 millimeter brush on with the carrier. You would have received a seal for the rear of the carrier so that it would fill up any gaps that might be present between the aluminium carrier and the brickwork. And then you would have received a selection, depending on the garage that you had, whether the lintel was made out of timber or steel, and your walls as well. It could be any of a selection of fixings that would be used. However, all of that is now a thing of the past. So we've introduced the use of SYG's liquid nails, the instant hold, and this is now the only real product or fixing product that is supplied then with the carriers. And this can be attached to timber, attached to brickwork, concrete, steel, and the concrete can even be a little bit damp. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be clamped. So you will receive the carrier with the relevant bristle length, the SYG's liquid nails instant hold, and an instruction manual. And that is the relevant instruction manual, whether it is a roller door or a sectional door. And at the rear of that manual, you will find the new pages which reflect our changeover to the instant hold. We've been asked why we made the switch to the instant hold instead of the physical fixings, and the reason is quite simple. It's easier to install for installers as well for DIY, and it also means that for a variety of surfaces we don't have to worry about mess, disruption really of the particular area due to dust and the other inconveniences that go along with using physical fixings. We have tested it on a number of surfaces, all the surfaces that we think it could possibly be applied to, and it has proved extremely strong. So it's both an indoor and outdoor product. So even if you're fixing to the external lintel, it's not a problem. Just follow the instructions. And for those who may have questioned whether this is strong enough to hold the carriers up, it really is over engineering, because the actual rating is up to 400 kilograms per square meter. The other reason that the liquid nails can replace the Lintel Seal that we used to supply is because, obviously, being a liquid glue, it automatically fills the gaps anyway, and so you wouldn't have the normal gap that you would get behind the carrier, because this is not only acting as a glue, but it's acting as a partial filler. Obviously, if the gap is extreme, you might need still to purchase a seal, but that would be very, very rare.